Hey, everybody.
Hello,
Hi, it's Ariel Hubbard,
and Vicki Draper.
and we are here with Healing for Pets and People, Summer Edition, July. Woohoo!
I know.
So, because it's hot and smoky in a lot of places all over the country, actually, we wanted to give you guys some tips to help yourself and your animals deal with the heat and smoke.
Yeah,
So,
heat alone is the one big topic. We add smoke in there. So, yeah, we're going to cover some tips for helping you and your pets stay safe.
and just in case you want to reach us, because sometimes we have to drop off real quick, you can find Vicki at healingyouranimal.com. And you can find me at arielhubbard.com. And that's Ariel like Little Mermaid and Hubbard like Old Mother Hubbard. So in case you need to find us, you want information, you're looking for some support, you want to get Vicki's books that you can see in the background, you want to get some of Vicki's flower essences, or you want a session with me, or you want some information, you guys can reach us there. All right. So what have we got to talk about? I want to share a couple tips with heat, and this applies to animals too, not just people. So here's the thing is, if it's really hot, I want you to think of your pet. They have a fur coat on all the time. That means it is hot out for them. Like if 85 degrees feels hot to you, imagine wearing a fur coat and then think about your pet. How hot would that be, right? So, oh,
Especially if you're black, but
I right?
this guy stays indoors, but black coated animals, it's even hotter to them.
Good point. So if it's hot out, go out early or late. Try to go around, find out where the hottest times of the day for you are. And in different parts of the country, that's different times of the day. It's really weird. Most people think it's between like 10 to 2, but in a lot of places, it's like 4 to 7 is the hottest time. Who knew? Depends on where you are in the country, right?
Yes.
So you want to go out early or late, like around the hottest time of day. And if you're going to water your plants, you want to water those early or at night. Same thing. Now, here's the thing. If it's smoky, you're going to want to check air quality. And there you could just do a quick search online for wherever you are and check out what the air quality is. Because when there are wildfires and nice cat swish tail, that was awesome. There are wildfires and you got the smoke, the particulates are absolutely minuscule. And then they can go into your lungs if you're not wearing a mask. And they can cause major issues, especially if you already have issues.
Yes, those particles, because they're burning and they're burning things that really aren't meant to be burned. It can be that that's extra toxins in. It's not just regular smoke. It's that toxic
Right.
materials
Right.
being burned as well.
Yeah, especially if it's like houses and buildings and things like that.
Yes.
Good point. Really good point. So it's really important that, they were showing footage when there was smoke in New York about 3 or 4 weeks ago. People were walking around without masks on. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? So if the sky doesn't look blue, it looks gray or white or yellow or orange, definitely you should be wearing a mask. And for your animals, because you can't necessarily put a mask on them, what are you going to do for them?
You
No?
minimize their outdoor activity.
Yes. Because I don't think I've ever seen a cat with a mask on. That'd be kind of cute, but I don't. It's not going to happen. Rare. So the thing is, if you have a tendency to have asthma, cystic fibrosis, you have a history of pneumonia, or you're a kid or you're elderly, you should definitely, or any other lung issues that I haven't mentioned, like maybe you're getting over something, consider not going out or consider wearing a mask when you go out. So that's really, really important. Do you have any stories for us, Vicki? You usually have some pretty good stories.
Well, I do, about you as the pet guardian have to be really observant with your pet, because your pet, if they're going to get overheated, they're not going to go, oh, I'm getting overheated, I need to sit down, or I need to get cool. They don't think like that, and so they can get in trouble, and you have to watch for the signs. And so you want to make sure they have plenty of water available. And you can even put ice cubes in the water to help them cool down. You can put the water packs, you know how like we can get neck packs, kind of water to cool, put them on our necks and stuff. You can get those for your animals outside, especially dogs, and put them on, or you can spray them down with the hose. You know, there's fun things to do with dogs. The reason I'm saying you have to really watch is you want to watch their signs. Are they slowing down? Is their breathing getting labored? Because they can get heat stroke just like people. And there again, it's up to you to notice the signs. Because I was at a picnic a few years ago, and especially the shorter, nose dogs, or even cats, if they're out, doors, their sinuses are it's already hard to breathe. They don't get the full capacity. And so there was a Boston Terrier that went into heat stroke and had to be rushed to the vet for oxygen. He was turning blue. I mean, it was awful.
Oh, heat stroke's life threatening.
It is. It was awful. And the people, they were enjoying the party and they weren't paying attention to their dog. It happened to be somebody else noticed it and, was able to get this dog support. And so, so keep them in the shade, don't let them be out in the sun as much. Provide water, like I said, or even at this event, they had the little kiddie swimming pools where the dogs could get in.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think this dog did. And so it's real and it's serious.
And I think we don't need to say this, but we're going to say it anyway. Don't leave your car with a dog in it,
right,
or a baby,
or
a cat,
yeah,
or even young children. Don't leave people or animals in hot cars even when the windows are down.
exactly.
That car can go up 30 to 40 degrees in what? I can't remember, like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, and even if you're in the shade when you park,
yes,
the sun moves, so it may not be in the shade the whole time you're gone. And so, yeah, it's that's the best time to leave your pets at home when you're doing errands when it's really hot.
Yes, really good tip. Just leave them at home. Just leave them at home. So the heat exhaustion, let me talk about that. That's a level before heat stroke, and that's when there's an exposure to high temperatures, humidity, and exertion. And the thing is, if it's untreated, it can lead to heat stroke. So a mail carrier died last week from heat stroke in, I think, the South. And it was like 105 or 107, and they were carrying the mail. That is insane. Like they never should have been out like that. So if you notice excessive sweating, and this is for animals too, headaches, which you're not going to necessarily know on an animal, nausea, you could possibly a little faintness, dizziness, or a rapid pulse, or you get muscle cramping or low blood pressure when you stand. You need to stop work. You need to hydrate. You need to cool down. And if these symptoms persist, you have to get medical attention. The heat stroke is an issue because the body can't cool itself down, and you can die from that. So it is a thing, and that's a thing about with the animals, they can't communicate, like she said.
Right. So what things to watch for is excessive panting.
Yes.
And
that's dog sweating, right?
Yeah, excessive panting. And then that's what happened with this Boston. It was just pant, pant, pant. But then, it just wasn't himself. You can tell a little disoriented. And then
Totally.
It was very clear when like the tongue started turning blue. Like the circulation, it's just like no oxygen. And
yeah, that's not
luckily
fun.
we had a good, happy ending.
Thank goodness.
They got him to the vet. The care was, administered in time. And so, they had a happy ending. But
thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is sort of related, not exactly related, but I'm just going to put it out there. So if you're at a party, okay, people need to pay attention to children. I was at a party where a child almost drowned because his parents, the host and hostess of the party told people not to bring kids. These people brought a child anyway. They said, oh, we'll watch them. And the host and hostess were not happy. They did not want that child there. And the parents were drinking. They were not paying attention to the child. The child did not know how to swim. He's like 7. He took off his floaties and he proceeded to float to the bottom of the pool. And the thing that's amazing is, okay, I was going to go in, but a woman dove in. She got him. She did CPR on him because he wasn't breathing, and she brought him back. But spiritually, he popped out of his body, and I ended up talking to him. And I said, "It's not your time. You need to go back in your body." He's like, "What am I doing here?" I go, "You should not go in a pool until you know how to swim. And you need to go back in your body." And he went back in his body, and then you could see him breathe, and they took him. And the unbelievable thing is these parents tried to blame the host and hostess of the party.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When they brought that child without permission, and they were specifically told, "You're only going to be able to stay if that child is watched," and he wasn't. And so, that's the side note. If you're in a place where people are swimming, you need to pay attention to what's going on with children, because a lot of times their parents are not paying attention. A lot of parents don't pay attention. So that's the side note on that one. So here's the thing, just keep in mind, you need to exert yourself less than you normally would and even 10 degrees can make a huge difference in terms of what exertion you can actually do. So, if you're planning on like hiking or something, go out way before 9 o'clock in the morning. One time I was in Utah. Okay. And it looked a lot like my background. If you can see this, it's red rock. It was beautiful. It was arches. Literally, I went out. We were out hiking. I think we got back by like 10:30. We left at like 8 in the morning, and I got heat stroke from that. And it was 8 to 10:30 in the morning. It was not like 5 o'clock or 12 or anything. And I had water. I had water. We hiked early, and I still got heat exhaustion, excuse me, not stroke. I got heat exhaustion. And the thing is sometimes it'll sneak up on you. So you really have to pay attention. And that's why we're giving you this PSA today. We want to make sure that you know, like when you're out, like when it's smoky, don't go outside unless you have to, or wear a mask. And for your animals, don't like minimize that time.
Yeah, I just got back from Kentucky in that big 107-degree weather, and
Man, thank
and my
goodness there's a pool.
yeah, my sister has a pool, and so we were in the pool, but her dog would come out and lay for, want to lay out on in the sun, and so we had to really, she didn't get to stay out there with us because it was just way too hot
Yeah.
for
It's,
her, and then even for her walk, she usually gets a daily walk. It was very short, because
because it's really hot.
it was too hot, but she
Yep,
needed the walk to help stimulate and poop.
of
And
course.
so basically, yeah, what could have been a longer thing is like 10 minutes or, you know,
Well, and for this workout freaks, you really should really reconsider your strategy in the summertime. Because like I know you think you can go and hit it in the gym. Now, if the gym's air conditioned, that's one thing. But a lot of us in parts of the country live in places where there's no AC. So if you're used to like hitting it 4 or 5 times a week, for an hour each, and there's no air conditioning either in your house or no AC in the gym, you should really consider how much you're going to work out. Let's just think about it differently.
yeah. And so with your animals, especially
Excuse
my
me.
cats, is put extra water. I add water to their food to get extra hydration in the heat because they need the extra water in that hotter months, and also have plenty of water available. So like I put extra bowls of water out for them to have it accessible than I do, more so in the summer than the winter. And um, there again, you can put ice to help cool the water down, and sometimes it makes it a little bit more fun for them. But with cats, they're not like dogs where they drink a lot of water unless they're dehydrated. And so you want to prevent the dehydration and give extra water in their food and just be proactive.
Absolutely. And for people too,
Yeah,
vegetables,
that's
fruits.
true, because if you're already thirsty, you're already dehydrated. And so you want to not get to that stage.
Okay. So how can people reach you again?
HealingYourAnimal.com. That's HeaLing, youranimal.com. And you can sign up for a free assessment. And you can also find past recordings of Ariel's and my tips for a lot of
Absolutely.
different subjects. And
Yep.
also then, right, so my website, healingyouranimal.com, is the best way to find out
And
everything,
just
like classes, upcoming classes, where to get my books or healing essences, support. So I have support for a lot of budgets and there's free. The free is all of our recordings and information we're putting out there, because we really care about getting you and your pets optimally healthy.
and realize that, like, if you're sensitive, like I'm a little sensitive right now, the smoke makes me want to cough. So if you heard that or you saw that, it's because the smoke in the air, it's affecting me. So just realize, like, if you have if you can hear your vocal cords, like, that means that they're being affected by the smoke in the air. So just know that that can happen. So I'm at arielhubbard.com, and you can reach me and ask questions, to look at my blog. Lots of cool information on my website. We want to thank you guys for listening. Every month, we're here the first Thursday of the month, right around 10 o'clock. And we love to have you come and listen to or watch us again another time. So thank you
Yes,
for joining us, and stay safe this summer.
yes, and stay cool.
And stay cool. Stay cool. All right. Well, we're going to head out. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
All right, see you next time.